Hey all, Viking Raven again today. Give you my new Cannibal Corpse Rankum studio albums. A lot have changed for me with this band here, as I've learned to really get into the Chris Barnes era. Well, a lot of it, just you'll see what I mean. So I thought I would redo this video after I went through their whole catalog again. I know the 16th album will probably piss a lot of people off, and I understand why, but this is my list, so whatever. At number 16, yes, it is The Bleeding. I know. I'm already got a lot of people saying, how the fuck could you have it that fucking high and that low? Whatever. It's their greatest album they ever did. I understand that. But there is only 3 songs I like on this album here, to be honest with you. Okay. The real problem that I have with this album here is Barnes's vocals. I find they just didn't suit this album here. If more of the songs were like pulverized, I would probably like this album a lot more, to be honest with you. It's more technical. They start to get more technical on this album here, and the vocals for myself, it just doesn't suit it. I wish they would have stayed more for him and his low guttural stuff. So my favorite song from this album here is Stripped, Raped, and Strangled, also like Fucked with the Knife, and Pulverized, which to me is fucking amazing also. So yeah, at number 15 is Violence Unimagined. It's a good album, but I find it is just a little. Now, before I get into this album here, all these other albums here, I just fucking like them all. This is a good album, but I just find it's just a little bit too slow. I wish it just had a little bit more aggression. This was their first album with fucking Eric Rutan. Favorite song from this album here is Surround, Kill, and Devour. At number 14, Eaten Back to Life. This was their debut album. I find this album, it was more thrashier, I found, and it's fucking heavy, and I like Barnes's vocals on this album here a lot. Favorite song from this album here was A Skull Full of Maggots. Other songs I did like, they were Shredded Humans, Put Them to Death, Mangled, Scattered Remains, Splattered Brains. Just love that song. Born in a Casket, Bloody Chunks. Just a great fucking album. Okay, so the rest of these I just love. Number 13 is their latest album, Chaos Horrific. Major improvement I find over Violence. I just love this album here. Favorite song from this album here is Pitchfork Impalement and Drain You Empty. Other songs I did like were Summoned for Sacrifice, Blood Blind, Case Horrific, the title track, Fractured and Refracture. Just great album, I find also. Like I do these rest of them, I'm not going to fucking lie. Number 12 is Gore Obsessed. This is the album I find out is where some get lost. This is their actually lost album, I find. It doesn't get talked about a lot. I just think it just gets lost. I think it's still a very good album. Favorite song from this album here is Savage Butchery. Other ones I did like were Hatchet to the Head, Pit of Zombies was just amazing. Drowning Viscera, Hung and Bled, Soundless Faces. Love the beginning of that song, man. You also like Grotesque and When Death Replaces Life. It's a highly underrated album there, I find also, man. Number 11. Speaking about underrated, A Skeletal Domain. Very good album. I find it is more dark and eerie. Start to finish. Just love this album here. Favorite song, High Velocity Impact. Other ones I did like were Sadistic Embodiment, Killer Becomes, great. The title track, Skeletal Domain, The Murderous Pact, Ice Pick Lobotomy. Just love that fucking song also. And Hollowed Bodies. Number 10 is Torture. Now, I enjoy this album here actually a lot. I find it is a little bit of a mix between Kill and Excretion Plague. Favorite song from this album here is Torn Through. Other ones I did like were Demented Aggression, Scourge of fucking Iron, just amazing song also. Encased in Concrete, As Deep as a Knife Will Go, Intestinal Crank followed home, then killed. Yeah, Rabbit, just killer album, man. Number 9, Vile. This is their first album with Corpse Grinder, the last album of a Rob Barrett, Until Kill. Some fans are pretty mixed on this album here, I find also. Favorite song from this album here is Mummified in Barbed Wire. Just also like Devoured by fucking Vermin. That's George Corpse Grinder's introduction with his screen. Amazing, man. Badlands I like, Puncheroon Massacre, Eaten from Inside, and Orgasm Through Torture, and Monolith. Just a fucking great album. Number 8. Last time I did this was my least favorite album. Okay, this one just says change. Butchered at Birth. Fuck, man, how things have changed, man. I just cannot get enough of this album here now. Something I said majorly fucking changed. A lot more respect for Chris Barnes' vocals, especially his really low guttural stuff. Unbelievable. To me, they just steal the show on this album here. Holy fuck, man. There's a lot of killer riffs on this album here, I find. Favorite song of this album here is Meat Hook Sodomy. Other ones I did like were, like I said, Gutted is amazing. Living Dissection, Covered with Sores. Just love the riff to that one also, man. Vomit the Soul. Holy shit, man. And Rancid Amputation. Just a great fucking album now. Number 7. Another one, man. Tomb of the Mutilated. Unfucking believable. As much as I like Butchered, this one even hits me harder now, man. This was Rob Russi's last studio album with the band. I cannot get enough of these two albums, back-to-back albums now, man. Favorite song from this album here, of course, is Hammer Smashed Face. Other ones I did like were I Come Blood, Addicted to Vaginal Skin, The Cryptic Stench. Just love the riff on that one also, man. Trails Ripped from a Virgin's Cunt. Just a great fucking album. Number 6. Gallery of Suicide. This was my very first Cannibal Corpse album I ever bought. So this will always have a soft spot for me. Yeah, like I could probably see not a lot of people having it at number 6 or even probably in their top 10. But like I said, it just holds a soft spot for me. And I find there's a lot of killer songs in this one here. This was the first studio album for Pat O'Brien. Favorite song was I Will Kill You. Just love it. Disposable of the Body, love it. Sentenced to Burn, Blood Drinks Execution. Just loves George's vocals on that album there alone. The title track, Gallery of Suicide, is amazing. Dismembered and Molested. Like the whole thing, Unite the Dead. Yeah, you know what I mean. Great fucking album. Number 5. Red Before Black. I cannot get enough of this album here. When I first heard this album, I knew this was going to be one of my favorite albums. So heavy and thrash, you find, with a little bit of doomy touch to it also, I find. This was their last album of Pat O'Brien. Well, we know why. We know what'll happen, so still miss him, man. Favorite song from this album here is Only One Will Die. Just love it. Other ones I did like were the title track, Red Before Black, Code of the Slasher, Shedding My Human Skin, Head Shoveled Off, Scavenger Consuming Death, In the Midst of Ruin, and the final track, Hideous Ichor. Just a great album from start to finish, man. Number 4. Excretion Plague. The pace of this album here is what I really enjoy the most about it, man. And the songwriting I also find was just fucking top notch. Favorite song, I mean, Fisher sounds like he was on fire in this album here also, man. Favorite song is Evidence in the Furnace. Other ones I did like were Priest of Sodom, Scalding Hell, To Decompose. Actually, the whole album, especially the fucking title track also. What a great fucking song, man. Number 3 is The Wretched Spawn. First time I ever seen Cannibal Corpse was on tour for this album here. This was Jack's final album with the band. That's Jack fucking Owen. Okay, all I'm gonna have to say about this album here is Frantic Disembowelment. Enough fucking said. Number 2. Kill. So fucking heavy and fast, man. They turned the intensity right up for this album here. Rob Barrett returned. Did that have something to do with it? Maybe. Who knows? Favorite song from this album here, Submerged in Boiling Flesh. Other ones I do. Oh, The Time to Kill Is Now, Make 'Em Suffer, Murder Worship, 5 Notes Through the Neck, Purification by Fire. What a fucking song. Brain Removal Device, Manacle, like I said, and Submerged in Boiling Flesh. Unbelievable. Which leads to my favorite Cannibal Corpse album is Bloodthirst. For myself, this is their perfect fucking album. It's also one of my favorite albums ever. I cannot go a week without listening to this album here. I just blast it. I have to blast it. The riffs are just fucking killer. The vocals, everything is spot on, I find. Favorite song from this album here is Pounded Into Dust. Everything else, from top to bottom, I just love this fucking album. I cannot get enough of it. So everyone, that's my new Cannibal Corpse top ranking albums. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment. Hit the subscribe button. Please keep buying physical metal copies. And as always, stay fucking heavy.